What's up, it's George the Fragrance Apprentice, and welcome back to another edition of Is It Still Good in 2020. Today's episode is on Davidoff Cool Water. Davidoff Cool Water came out in the late 80s, and it was perfumed by Pierre Bourdain, one of the most legendary perfumiers within the fragrance industry. There is a wives' tale, there is a myth. There might be some truth to it. And the story goes is that Pierre Bourdain was involved with the creation of Green Irish Tweed, was unhappy with the relationship, or something happened that made him very, very unhappy and very, very angry. And so he basically went to the house of Davidoff, who were looking to make fragrances at the time, and said, let me just give you this. However, I've smelled the vintage formulation of Cool Water, and it smells remarkably more like Green Irish Tweed back in the day. This one, well, we will get into that. The way that we determine whether something is still good or not is via the 3 R's. The first one, reformulation. Is this a mere shadow of itself, or is it still okay to wear? Will it still have the same strength? The second one is relevance. Hey, it's been a long time since the late 80s, and is it still relevant to today? Can it still fight against the modern fragrances of the world? And the third one is retail price. How expensive is it? What is the price proposition, and what is the value that you're getting from the price? So let's start, as we always do, with reformulation. Cool Water has not necessarily been reformulated into the ground, but it's been reformulated. And it's been reformulated quite a few times. So much so that I had a fragrance. Listen, I was young. I was 18 years old, and I had a pound shop fragrance when I was 18. I took it to the club with me, and I later realised that this was basically trying to be Cool Water. Unfortunately, the pound shop fragrance and the Cool Water fragrance that I have on me now have quite a similar resemblance. The quality has really, really declined in years. I did smell an original formulation, and my goodness, that green grassiness, there was almost an earthiness to it that was very strong, very solid. That has all gone. And what you are left with is something that is pleasant. There's almost like a cinnamon in here, a little bit of lavender, but it has been reformulated so much, and it's been copied so much. This scent DNA, the Green Irish Tweed scent DNA and the Cool Water scent DNA, have been perpetually sort of regurgitated over and over and over and over again, not just in fragrance but in different products, that unfortunately the reformulation has made it so it smells like an incredibly synthetic soapy detergent powder. So it's pleasant, it's nice. I do very, very occasionally wear it. I had a friend in film school called Jack who wore Cool Water a lot, which was quite something, and it was pleasant on him. But the reformulation has really, really done a lot of damage to this fragrance, and it really is not the same fragrance, and to the point where this doesn't smell anything not only like Green Irish Tweed, because it smells so synthetic, it no longer really smells like Cool Water trying to be Green Irish Tweed. And like I said, it smells very reminiscent of something that I would pick up in B&M bargains, or a bargain fragrance shop, or even Poundland. So reformulation, not good. Relevance. Like I said, people still buy this. People still have this as their first fragrance. But one of the biggest problems is that this DNA, like I said, has been used so much in so many different products and so many different variety of products. You could smell cleaning detergents that smell like this. You could smell like tumble dryer linens that would smell like this. A lot of cleaning products have borrowed from this DNA, and so that really is quite a problem. Meanwhile, the citrus fragrance game has just elevated itself and changed and formed new and different interesting ideas, and some very basic ideas. Right now we're on to the state of mind where you have citrus along with amber and ambroxan. That is where we are today. And so you get powerhouses such as Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel Parfum, fragrances that are trying to, the mainstream fragrances now are trying to incorporate citrus with a little bit more amber, a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more tonka to really give them a heaviness. So in that case, this has got no place in that world anymore. And even with the minimal citrus fragrances, of which I'm a huge fan of, things like the Francis Kurkdjians of the world, but even in the designer game, things such as Mont Blanc Explorer, these very, very citrusy, fun-loving fragrances, this unfortunately does not smell anywhere as interesting or anywhere as good as that. So relevancy, for what it's worth, it's not there. But finally, the good thing about this is the retail price. I got the 75ml online for about, I don't know, £20, £25 at the most. Incredibly heavily discounted. You can buy this for pretty much next to nothing. So the retail price has been and will continue to get better and better and better. Overall, is Cool Water still good in 2020? I'm going to say no, not really. There will be fans of it, there will be hardcore fans, there will be people who grew up in the 80s and in the 90s shaking their fists at me. It's nothing personal against you, it's nothing like that. And if you love Cool Water and you grew up on Cool Water, I'm not going to say to you stop. Obviously, love it as much as you want. But in the year of 2020, it's quite a relic. And it's well past its sell-by date, and it's just up against so many different offerings that smell very natural, smell very good, and this is now unfortunately a very, very dumbed down synthetic green citrusy scent that smells more like something that you'd buy at a pound shop. Sorry. Anyway, I hope that you got the information that you wanted. Sorry if it disappointed a few people, but I'm just being honest and I'm trying to be objective in the world that we live in today. No, Cool Water is not good in 2020, but hey, if you have loved it and grown up loving it, hey, more power to you, and continue to enjoy Cool Water. Anyway, I'm the Fragrance Praise. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
The sign. The sign.